Welcome back to the Perfectly Balanced Podcast. My name is Destinee, and I am your host. In this podcast, we talk about everything that has to do with life, love, relationships, and everything in between. And today's topic is I can't tell if I need a nap, a hug, or a new life. I don't know about you, but life can be very overwhelming. And sometimes we really don't know what we truly need. It shows up every day, and most of the time it's something as simple as feeling exhausted after doing something really, really small, or even a couple of small tasks. A couple of ways that you can tell that you're doing too much is you are forgetting what the day is, or you're overbooking yourself, or you are also forgetting certain things that you did previously. You're just on autopilot, constantly going, constantly not stopping. And sometimes you need to take it slow. Sometimes you need to calm down and take it one day at a time. I know that is easier said than done, but it definitely helps tackling issues one day at a time. I can say a couple of things that I have done that are wild, that shows me that I might need a hug, a nap, or a new life is when I forget where I place certain things, or when I put certain things where they don't belong, like my phone in the fridge, or putting it somewhere and then I forget, and then I'm going through the motions upset because I can't find what I'm looking for, and I'm the reason why I can't find what I'm looking for. And it's really crazy because it's not a joke, but I know a lot of people take it as a joke, including myself. But if you've ever just stared at a wall and was trying to figure out if you're burnt out or if you were just bored, then I just want to let you know that this episode is for you. So, for example, you notice that whenever you wake up, you get dressed and you reply to a phone call or call the people back or reply to a text message, and suddenly you're like, I'm done for the day. That's me. That is me through and through. But it's not necessarily like text messages. I think it's more so with work. Like, I can go hard for at most 4 hours. The least amount of hours I could go hard for is 2 hours, especially at working or doing something in general. If it goes over that mark, then you can just count me out. That's enough. I'm cool on it, and that's just how I am. And I want to know if anybody else is like that. You also have to understand that the overwhelm doesn't even always hit like a full-on meltdown. Sometimes it's really small, really subtle, and you're just exhausted from basic things like checking emails, making appointments, or even deciding what to eat. And then suddenly, you're just staring at a task that you were supposed to do like 5 hours ago that you never did, and now that task looks like it's about to fight you. And that is how small it can be, but it can also be major. If you have been going non-stop with no breaks and just living life like a robot, then you have those big meltdowns where you're angry, where you're crying, where you're upset, or wherever the case may be. And you want to try to avoid that at all costs. So if you do need a hug, or if you do need to cry, or if you do need something small that'll help not push you over the edge, definitely do that, because it will definitely help you. And then you get decision fatigue. And I think I'm there. Like, I say I don't know a lot or I don't care a lot because I am actually exhausted at making decisions. I just get exhausted with it. And I may not have as many decisions to make as everyone else. Or even if that's listening. But deciding and making choices and stuff like that, it gets exhausting because you don't know if you're making the right choice. You don't know if you're making the right decision. You don't know if this is gonna help you or hinder you, and you're just trying to go with the motions, and that can be exhausting. That can definitely be exhausting. So a couple of signs that I would say that you and I are probably doing too much is not knowing what the day is. And I used to be so bothered by that I had to take a step back. Like, that really bothered me. You mean to tell me that I'm thinking it's Sunday? And this actually just recently happened. I'm thinking it's Sunday, but it was really Monday. So I was late and all types of stuff. And that really bothered me because I'm trying to figure out what happened. And it comes down to being overwhelmed. I just be overwhelmed. And I just have to take a step back and see what parts of my life are overwhelming me and take it day by day and fix those problems. You may be double booking yourself with other people. I don't really have this issue. I'm pretty good at putting things on my calendar, but double booking with friends or family, that can really let you know that you're doing way too much and you need to take a step back. This one was all me. I feel guilty for resting, but I also can't get anything done if I don't rest. And I feel like that's enough said there. Understand that you don't have to feel guilty for being tired. People will make you feel like it's an issue, but you don't know what I'm going through on my day-to-day or what I'm doing day-to-day. So if I want to chill, read a book, watch a TV show, or just chill in general, I deserve that. This hustle culture, this is not grinding culture. I don't mind grinding, but I'm not about to overload myself with the grind and end up forgetting what day it is or double booking or being so exhausted that I get so irritable with any small changes. And in that case, you just need to slow down, take a step back, and reevaluate everything. And this goes for me too. I sometimes don't know what day it is. I don't double book, but I do feel guilty for resting. I feel like I'm always supposed to be doing something, and if I'm not doing anything, then I'm lacking, and that's not fair to me and or anybody else around me, because the aftermath of that leads to something bigger, and it shouldn't get to that point. So make sure you sit down, make sure you rest, make sure you're doing something that stimulates your mind but doesn't overly stimulate your mind. Like I said, for me, playing games, whether it's like playing card games or I have a Nintendo Switch. I have we have a PlayStation. We read comics, like stuff that's not gonna do too much. And you can just relax and just do that thing without having to think about a million and one things. That's something that you need to do as well. So find your thing, do your thing, take your time, sit down, and take things one day at a time. That will really help you. Now, there is a funny side to stress. And I really want to share the funny side, because oftentimes we are always so serious and everything is so serious. And yes, I understand that, but I'm the type of person that if you're around me, I feel like you should be able to unwind. Whether that's with friends, whether that's with family, whether that's with anybody who's around me. I feel like I don't want to bring on more problems to you. So I'd rather not talk about the problems. I'd rather just enjoy our time together. Whether it's just sitting there chilling, whether it's talking about everything else besides stress or what's stressing you out. I prefer to do that. That's just the type of person I am. So I'm going to talk about the dumb things that I do when I'm overwhelmed. And I want to know if you guys do any of these things. And if you do, let me know in the comments. Or, yeah, more than likely, you probably can let me know in the comments. So I've put my phone in the refrigerator. Crazy. Wow, I know, but I forgot. Simple. A simple mistake. I've also left certain things in certain places and forgot that I left them there, or put something somewhere. I try to have like a photographic memory of where I put certain things, but if I'm doing too much, if I'm overwhelmed, if I'm stressed out, I'm not going to remember. Another thing, I do have full conversations with myself. They say you're crazy only if you answer. I don't answer, but I do have full conversations with myself. That may be crazy to you. It's not crazy to me. I don't answer myself. When I start answering myself, let me know that I am going crazy. That's just that. And I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone. I just know I'm not alone. I know oftentimes, I know when I'm overwhelmed, stressed, or doing way too much is when something so simple can set me off to the point to where I'm crying. I'm a crier. I'm just a crier. I'm not an angry person, but I am a crier and I will cry. And I know, I can't even remember the situation that happened. It was something small. It was something so small, I just busted out in tears. And that's just what it is. When I'm overwhelmed, I'm gonna cry. And when I'm also overwhelmed, it's like if the day is going in a way that I do not need it to go, or if it makes me feel some type of way, I'm gonna take a nap. I'm gonna take a nap because naps reset me. They help me start over. And I say all that to say, being overwhelmed makes us do some really wild, weird things, but that's okay because we have to laugh at it. And when you laugh at it, you're like, wow, I'm really out here wilding out. And I definitely need to take some time and reset. But also being overwhelmed definitely gives us stories to laugh about later and to, tell other people, which I feel like is a good thing. If you can laugh about it, that's a good thing. Now, let's do a self check-in. We're going to check in on each other. The real question is, what do you actually need right now? It's not about what you should do or what you shouldn't do. I need to know, what do you need right now? And it's also not what someone told you would need to fix, but what does your soul need? Maybe your soul needs a nap. Maybe it's a solo day to where nobody is talking to you. Maybe it's a scream or a cry and a hot shower or a bubble bath. Maybe you just need a little reminder that it's okay not to be okay. And I'm going to reiterate those things because I feel like a lot of people need to hear this. Maybe you need a nap. That's okay. Get your rest. Maybe you need a day alone where you're not bothered with nobody. That's okay too. Everybody needs a solo day to just reset and rewind. Maybe you need to scream. Or maybe you need a hot shower. Or maybe you just need to cry. Everything does not have to be fixed. Sometimes our bodies and our souls know what we need and they automatically do it, and we don't know what's happening, but our bodies know. Understand that it's not about fixing your whole life. Sometimes it's only about giving yourself permission to just pause. And that's all that really matters. I hope that this episode helped. I hope it reminded you that you're not alone. And we're all out here trying to figure it out. One nap, one hug, or life pivot at a time. I want you to take care of yourself like you would your best friend. And if all else fails, go take a nap. You know how toddlers be? They be needing naps too because they be going hard. If you look at a toddler and you can see that they've been going hard from the time they woke up and they are getting upset or they're overwhelmed, they need a nap. So treat yourself the same. Treat yourself just like you would treat a toddler. And take care of yourself most of all. I appreciate you for listening to the Perfectly Balanced Podcast. Again, I'm Destinee, your host, and I will see you next time. And until then, please drink some water and stop arguing with the strangers on the internet.